Sporting Dog Adventures, run boy,
That
run.
was awesome.
Everything you
Good
need
boy,
is
here.
here under the sun. Everything you need is here under the sun.
The Sporting Dog Adventures podcast is proudly brought to you by Saki Acres Retrievers. Whether you're looking for a black, yellow, or chocolate Labrador Retriever puppy, please check out our website for more information at www.sagiacres.com. You can also email Jeff at sportingdogtv@gmail.com or call 262-215-9683. And remember, everyone deserves a Sagi dog. Hey, welcome to the Sporting Dog Adventures podcast. I am your host, Jeff Fuller, and we have a great show for you today. First, we want to talk about the change in weather as we get into the summer. We want to also talk about the concept of having a blanket in with puppies. Very normal concept that I hear often from people. They want us to put a blanket in for puppies. And then lastly, I wanted to talk about the importance of healing. So, won't be a long show today, but should be quite informative. Thanks again for listening. It is coming up on summer, and actually summer came quite early. We got some intense warm weather here in the state of Wisconsin. It went from basically being 40s and 50s to 90, and that is something that you need to really make sure that you are taking care of your dogs when it's that hot. Your dogs will run through a brick wall for you, whether it's playing out in the field to keep up with you, going self-employed and having fun, or hunting in the field. And that's how they're bred if they're a good sporting dog. They will run until they basically drop. And that's something you really got to worry about. This is a topic that we talk about over and over, but it's because it is so important. Realize that they do not perspire other than through their paws, and they lose their heat through panting. I've got Scarlett here that is being pet right now. It is a beautiful day today. It's 65 degrees. We've got a storm front coming through, and it's been kind of rainy and cloudy all day. So it's not the typical sunny day, but we've had a number of days where we haven't taken the dogs out for their daily walk because it was just too hot. When you get over 80 degrees, you got to make sure that your walks are not as far. Make sure that you have water and make sure that you're monitoring your animal. Yes, we get hot. We can take stuff off. We can walk in shorts. We can walk in t-shirts. Dogs have a heavy coat, and there is no way for them to not have that on. So keep that in mind when you have them out, that you are putting them in a position where they are going to be protected from themselves, and that they will have fun while they're out on their walk, but also it will be safe. As we get into summer, when do we walk our dogs? We try to go in the evening. Mornings just don't work out. We've got too much going on having a kennel, but we go in the evening. I've got a shaded area that we walk so that it's not a beating sun on us if it is warmer. And we take the dogs down. We've got a water source. We've got a small creek. The dogs are offered water. We don't run them as far as where we're moving at a fast pace because, well, I'm old and fat and I don't move that fast. But we also try to keep them under control. My goodness. Memphis and Scarlett are the two that we often take on walks. I've put collars on them because e-collars on them during their walks because they just are so excited to be outside, so excited to run around that they will come back with a big fat tongue and honestly look like they're going to collapse if we let them run at their stage. So when you go to get a dog, if you have a dog that is in heat distress, give them water. If they're not drinking water, you can always put water behind their back molars with a squeeze bottle. It'll go right in for them. The other things that you can do if you've got a dog that is overheated, pack them with something cold. We've had dogs overheat before. Take stuff out of the freezer, put it on them. Realize that with people, we have our main arteries for our legs. Your femoral arteries are on the inside of your thighs. Your brachial arteries, the inside of your arms. Dogs are the same. Tuck that cold into their armpits, into their legs, at the back of their legs, against their body cavity. You can cool them down that way. Another good thing to do is rubbing alcohol. You put rubbing alcohol on the ears or on their bellies. It will actually evaporate off, and that takes some of the heat so that you can get them cooled down. Dog's normal body temperature is around 1015 to 1025. The dog that I was talking about specifically, my late son Callahan had taken the dog out, run around. His name was Pappy. The dog was at 1073. At 108 degrees, dogs will have seizures. It was a very dangerous thing. We cooled the dog off. And then after that, what you have to worry about when they've spiked a body temperature is that their body temperature doesn't go down too low. So you want to then monitor and make sure that the dog is getting back to that 1015 to 1025 range and that they don't go too low or don't go too high. Again, it was an honest mistake by him. He was just playing ball with the dog, but they will run through a brick wall for you. So be careful with your dogs. Don't let them run around too much when it's hot. Make sure they have water. That's it for this part of the show. Next up, having a kennel, Saki Acres Retrievers, where we are constantly selling puppies and providing that dream to people, we get the question of, can you put a blanket or a towel in with the litter for me so I can take it home? We're going to talk about all that and more coming up after this.
Welcome to Boucher in Janesville, where customer service is our #1 priority.
Our customers come back to us because of the experience that we provide for them.
We're here to make sure that we find you the right car, one that fits your budget, and do so in a timely manner.
When we say we ride with you every mile, it means we care about you and how you are treated.
Estamos con personal que habla español en los departamentos de servicio y venta.
Our certified technicians are here to help you with all your service needs.
Visit us today at Boucher.com.
At Boucher, we ride with you every mile.
It's Jeff Fuller from the Sporting Dog Adventures podcast, and I need a little help. Please stop what you're doing and give us a 5-star rating. Follow us on the platform you're on. Give us a thumbs up. And above all, share our podcast with your friends and family. Our podcast will grow even more, and we can get more people involved in the sport we love with dogs in the field. Hey, welcome back to the show. So, we sell a lot of puppies. It's my passion. It's something we really enjoy doing. It is selling a dream to people or their future family member. With that said, we often get folks that want us to put a blanket or towel in with a litter and just leave it in there. They want to get that puppy smell on it. And what we have to explain to people is that puppy smell when you have a litter is a lot of things you would not want in your house that are unsanitary. Long story short, when one puppy poops in the kennel, everyone has to run through it and then they lay on top of each other. Probably shouldn't have to explain it more than that, but that is some of what your smell is. And that is nothing you want to take to your home. What you can do is you can rub a towel on take-home day on the puppies, and that will give you a type of smell. But with that said, if you have a good kennel like ours, we are making sure the puppies are sanitary and washing them all in a soap that is antibacterial to get any thing off of the puppies that should not be on them, because you don't want to take that to your home. So the smell will not necessarily be of a puppy, but more of a foreign substance. Long story short, a puppy is used to a puppy smell. Puppies smell like puppies. If you put a blanket or a towel in their crate with them, they will get that smell on it just through their own body, and it will give them that litter smell. That's honestly what we tell people to do. If you want to put a blanket in with them, just have it where it is in a scent-free soap. The puppy's own scent will be on it. They will smell it and they'll get used to it. Puppies, at least with Labrador Retrievers, are very social animals. They are going to become part of your family. They're going to be running around, and you are going to be their litter mates. So in the big scheme of things, I wouldn't worry about it too much. But I just wanted to talk about that and give kind of a realistic answer that we give to our clients, to you here on the show. So that's it for this part of the show. Next up, I want to talk about the importance of healing and why we need to do that, whether you're hunting your dog or just taking your dogs for a walk. All that and more coming up after this. If you love the shooting sports like I do, you need to check out our friends at Mech Outdoors. They have fantastic products, whether you're looking at shot shell or metallic reloading, or you want to get yourself a clay thrower so you can practice up for the season. For more information, check out their website at mechoutdoors.com. The Sporting Dog Adventures podcast is proudly brought to you by Sagi Acres Retrievers. Whether you're looking for a black, yellow, or chocolate Labrador Retriever puppy, please check out our website for more information at www.sagiacres.com. You can also email Jeff at sportingdogtv@gmail.com or call 262-215-9683. And remember, everyone deserves a Sagi dog. Hey, welcome to the last part of our show, which is your training and hunting tip. So we are in summer. I always get asked what the most important thing you can work with on your dog. And this time we're going to talk about healing and the importance of healing, whether it be sitting at heel or walking at heel. Now, this is important whether you are hunting or whether you are walking your dog down the street. Healing is something that, I'm sorry, hold on a second. All right. Memphis used to be the co-host of the show. She's decided she wanted to come back today. So healing is super important because you want to make sure the dog's under control. When you work on healing, start with it on a leash, walking with the dog with their shoulder next to your knee. When you stop, have them sit, tell them heel, sit, heel, so they understand that healing means to always be right there. And it just works so good because the dog is safe, the dog is under control, and especially when you're hunting, you want to heal them so that you can point them in the right direction. If they understand heel means to sit so that their spine is in line with where your body and foot are pointing. In other words, as you move, the dog moves. You can have the dog lined up properly for a retrieve. You can also have them where you're walking at heel. When it's dark, keep them at heel so that they don't get out. You don't have to yell and scream in the marsh and scare everything away, and you're keeping them right there. Healing is something that is important for control, but also for lining your dog up on proper retrieves and for bringing them back in when you need to bring them back in, whether it's birds or for safety. Work on your healing. It's something you can do when you take your dog for a walk. It's something you can do in the yard. It's something you can do out in front of your house without even hardly moving. Work with them so that you're moving, telling them heel, moving this way, telling them heel, and look at it as you're going to heal them north, south, east, and west so that they understand that is what is expected of them when you say the command. And then also work with them so that they're under control, first on lead and then off lead. And also start where you're working on your stationary healing, start working on lead as well so you can guide the dog using the leash. This is an important thing. It is all about control in hunting. And remember, when we talk about training our dogs for hunting, hunting is about control because the dog is bred to hunt if bred properly. And we're teaching them they hunt for us. So it's not about putting out birds. It's not about taking them in the field. You want to make sure they're under control before you get to that point, and healing is a big part of it. Hope that helps for this week's show. I hope you guys have a great week, rest of your week. I guess we're halfway through the week. And I hope you guys tune in for next week's show. Thank you so much for listening. Everyone have a great week. God bless.
Sporting Dog Adventures, run, boy, run. Everything you need is here under the sun.